Is this a pointless video? Hell yeah it is, but I thought that this would be fun to talk about because this was a conversation that took over the social media world for about 2 hours or so earlier today. And it all started with Matt Murley tweeting this out that he is hearing Jake Allen got traded to the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado grabs the veteran netminder they need to secure their goaltending for another cup run. Hashtag Rumor Boys and at Spittin' Chicklets. Now, Murley, I think most people are familiar just from the picture over here, is indeed a former NHL player. He's followed by a ton of people. He does stuff with the Chicklets game notes. And look, this is an individual who has a public platform. So if he's hearing something going down, if he hears a trade, if he hears whatever it is, there's reason for people to go out there and at the very least keep their ears open. This Jake Allen thing was from earlier this morning, and it had a lot of people running with ideas. Wait a minute, what's going on? What are the Canadiens going to get? Jake Allen got traded. Did Kent Hughes actually get a package for this guy? Because they said they wouldn't trade him unless they got themselves a significant deal. What are the details here, Matt Murley? And when it comes to the Colorado side of things, Adrian Dater, you know, the guy who asked Nathan MacKinnon if they're just going to say F it and win this thing, he tweeted this out saying that he's hearing the Avalanche are sniffing around Jake Allen pretty hard. And of course, this got people going even further. Okay, if we've got a Colorado insider saying that Jake Allen is on the crosshairs of the Colorado Avalanche, we've got a former NHL player saying that the deal is already done. When is this thing going to be announced? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but Adrian Dater further went out there and said, nope, sorry, no deal. Jake Allen is not getting traded to the Avalanche. It might not happen. But the Avalanche are indeed looking hard at the goalie market. Now, this is kind of confusing, and a lot of people were thinking, wait a minute, what happened here? So Adrian Dater is saying that it was going to happen, or that he was seeing that the Avalanche are sniffing around, and then he's saying that they're not, but they're looking hard at the goalie market. We need some of our top dog insiders to chime in on this. Well, we got your back there, buddy, because we had ourselves a tweet made from Darren Dreger saying there is no Jake Allen deal to Colorado. The two clubs haven't spoken in days, but there have been previous discussions. There's nothing close at this stage. We also had Chris Johnston saying, I'm told the reports of the Habs' Jake Allen being traded to the Avalanche are inaccurate. Nothing happening there, at least right now. So, for the brief period of time, the half hour or so that we had seen this pop up and then this pop up and then this pop up saying that it's not going to happen, and this as well, we had some pretty severe whiplash as Canadiens fans thinking that Jake Allen was going to get traded. And here's the habitant that went out there and tweeted out this: the fact that absolutely no other insiders are reporting on Jake Allen almost 30 minutes after the original leaks resurfaced, it probably tells how legitimate the entire claim is. Now, that is where everything went down. Well, I just wanted to go out there and have a conversation about Jake Allen because when it comes to the idea of him getting traded to Colorado of all teams, we did see some pretty funny memes. We'll go over that at the end of this video. But for Jake Allen, I mean, look, we had talked about this in the video a few days ago, but if he really is seen by a team as the backup that is necessary to help win a Stanley Cup championship, then so be it. I mean, he's went to the finals twice before, playing 0 games in the process. Or, excuse me, in 2019, he played 1 game in the postseason. Wow, big deal. But for the most part, he was the backup to Jordan Binnington. Then, in 2021, he was the backup to Carey Price. He didn't play a single game when the Canadiens went to the finals that season. So he's got experience being that bench boss behind the goaltender, and I don't want to say that that's not valuable. Like, a guy who has had the experience to play on 2 Stanley Cup championship pedigree teams. Now, you could debate the Canadiens in 2021 may or may not have actually been championship worthy, but they did make the finals, so there's that. You could say there is value in having a guy who is capable of being in that position, who has that experience, who has that leadership. Jake Allen is 33 years old, and he's signed till the end of next season, making $3.8 million, so it would have to be a pretty reasonable salary cap situation for him to go over to, unless you're saying the Canadiens should just go out there and retain salary on the guy, which you could debate they may or may not want to do, considering the deal goes on till next year. Allen, of course, though, has a pretty bad set of numbers this year. He's had an .895 save percentage and a .363 goals against, 5-10-3 record in 18 games played. And I think it's a pretty crazy stat here, but the guy, spanning back to the start of November, he only has 2 wins, and one of those has been in regulation. So definitely not the best record here for a guy who has been poised as a top goaltender trade target, but there is leadership here. There are intangibles that I think are more measurable than just the raw hard point production and the numbers. Point production, what am I talking about? He's a goalie. But save percentages, everything in between. He's had a few good games here and there, a few 900-plus games. He's on once in a while, just not very often. So for Jake Allen, I mean, there was a reason we made the last video on this channel talking about whether or not he's intentionally tanking his trade value because he doesn't want to get traded. But I'll say this, if Jake Allen, of all people, finds himself getting traded to a team like the Colorado Avalanche, then I'm probably thinking he's fine with that. He'll probably be okay playing with one of the best teams in the NHL, behind one of the best first lines in the NHL, and hopefully finding himself a role on what would be a Stanley Cup championship caliber team. Let's go over to some of the memes that were tweeted out in regards to this entire situation. Here's the Bugs Bunny and, what is it, Daffy Duck? Or is it Donald Duck? I don't know my ducks. Is that Daffy? I'm going to say Daffy. The Jake Allen to Colorado rumor whiplash. We're back, it's over, we're back, it's over, because we had the back and forth saying, yeah, it's happening, and then, nope, sorry, it's not happening. And, yeah, that was pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. We then had this tweet from Joey. Jake Allen realizing the rumor on Twitter, thinking he's going to a contender, then realizing the rumor is false, and you've got Matt LeBlanc from Friends. Is that Matt LeBlanc? I'm not too sure. I haven't seen Friends. So let me know in the comments if you think I'm missing out by not watching Friends. That's funny. And then you had yourselves this meme over here. Jake Allen for Jonathan Drouin. Oh, that is, The Office? I'm assuming that's The Office because there's an office, but yeah, you can very well tell that my education on American sitcoms is not up to snuff compared to most of you, but Jake Allen for Jonathan Drouin, that would have been really funny, but pretty counterintuitive actually, because Drouin's actually been having a pretty good season. I don't know if you noticed, but we've been making videos about that the entire year. So for Jake Allen, unfortunately, you're still a Montreal Canadien at the time of recording this audio. Does he get traded eventually? Who knows? Does he get traded to Colorado? Who knows? But according to Adrian Dater, the Avalanche are looking hard at the goalie market. It's just, if you're talking about Jake Allen, that has not happened. The two clubs have not spoken in days, according to Darren Dreger. That's a pretty damning sentence, honestly. The two clubs haven't spoken in days, but there have been previous discussions, which completely contradicts what Marley went out there and said that, yeah, I'm hearing that this is going to happen. I'm hearing this is going to go down. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Jake Allen trade scare to the Colorado Avalanche, how it did not end up happening, but how for around a half an hour or so, Canadiens fans all thought that this was going to go down. So, thoughts in the comment section below about Jake Allen. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.